Hello and welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I'm James Currie with the Communication Department. I'm talking to my dear friend Reshawn Cameron. She's a secretary here at MCHD. She's been here for a year and a few days. How are you, Reshawn?
I'm great. How are you, James?
Never better. Anyway, our topic today is hopeful. Why is it good to be hopeful? And I chose you to be on here because we're starting a new year,
Mm-hmm.
and you're one of the most upbeat, happiest, hopeful, and friendly people that I know here. That's not excluding anybody else that I know here already. But I thought you'd be a good example for Wellness Wednesday people. Let's just talk about hope. What what does being hopeful mean to you?
For me, being hopeful is an expectation for something. Um, and thank you for those very kind words. I appreciate that.
I have to make you feel good about yourself. uh, you're almost on the money here. Let me read you the textbook definition of hope. Uh,
Okay.
it's a feeling of expectation and desire for certain things to happen. And it's also a feeling of trust. And the verb version of it is wanting something to happen or to be the case, as in, like, he's hopeful to get a raise or
Mm-hmm.
something like that. So as we enter in 2021, there's a lot of things for us to be hopeful about, right? We hope that
Exactly.
we hope that there's a good COVID vaccine that's effective. We hope that the economy is rebounding.
Right.
We're hopeful that people that were displaced from their jobs are able to go back to those places or find other places. So, what are you hopeful for?
For 2021, I am most hopeful for just peace. I just want there to be a lot of peace, not only for personal reasons, but I think the world together, we could all use a little bit of peace right now.
Yeah, just a few weeks ago, we all got finished singing "Let There Be Peace on Earth," around the holidays. So, I think what I wanted, to get across here with our Wellness Wednesday viewers is it's good to be hopeful, because hope gives you encouragement, and you have to have
Right.
something to be encouraged about. Um, Historically, 2020 was rough,
It really was.
and there's a lot of people that were depressed. They lost hope about this or that, or, and it's easy to get down on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to Stephen Shotgun here several times on Wellness Wednesday, and we talked about a variety of topics about stress, anxiety, counseling services, just the whole gamut of issues that people have experienced in 2020. Um, but if you have hope, it kind of gives you a sense of empowerment to overcome some of those feelings, right?
Right. And also when I think of hope, I can combine that with faith because we know that faith is this substance for things hoped for. So without faith, there is no hope.
Right. So if you have a faith, or you're a person of faith, excuse me, you can combine hope very easily with faith, and that will certainly get you through challenging
Right.
times.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, when I thought of going into a new year and some of the other things that, people make all kinds of lists, like, okay, I'm going to read 4 novels this year. I'm going to exercise more. I'm going to eat better, and
Mm-hmm.
all of these resolutions that they make. But I don't remember ever reading anything about a resolution list that had something on there that said, I'm going to be more hopeful.
I don't recall that I have either.
Yeah. So that's what I want to kind of, the point I want to get across on Wellness Wednesday is, hope helps your overall well-being.
It does.
If your mental state is out of balance, that puts your physical state out of balance also too.
Hmm.
And, like Stephen mentioned too, when people come to see him for counseling, we like to get them in to see the physician to make sure that there's everything taken care of physically before, you deal with something emotionally, because they are very closely tied together.
Right.
So, anything else you want to add about hope or being hopeful?
I can just add that I hope that everyone watching um, has a something to be hopeful for. Um, and when we're hopeful, that allows us to be thankful as well. Thankful for, the small things that we take for granted every day. Thankful for the people that, bring encouragement to us. And thankful to have hope.
Yeah, I mean that goes along, it helps your overall mental state to keep thinking positive thoughts, and hope
Hmm.
is definitely a positive thought. Thank you for sharing what you think
Yep.
about hope.
I
And
also, James,
yeah,
want to say too that I start every day with hope. I start every day hoping that I can do or say something that brightens someone's day, that brings them some type of inspiration. It costs nothing to be kind. It costs nothing to smile. You don't know how your reaction or your perception of something can help somebody along the way.
well, it does cost something to smile. I had braces as a teenager, and I know that.
I didn't mean it that way, James. Even with your braces, it costs absolutely nothing to smile or to be kind
Yeah, I agree. I know. I just had to be silly for a second, but
all the time.
yeah. So if you have braces, you can still be hopeful and smile. That doesn't cost anything.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I appreciate you giving me that insight there about your personal take on hopeful. And you mentioned there's a lot of things there that, joy finds joy,
Yes,
hope finds hope. Um, Iron sharpens iron,
right.
so, you know, like-minded people will seek themselves out. Um, that's how the universe works.
Yep.
Uh, so thanks for helping Wellness Wednesday people be hopeful.
Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for being here. And join us next week for another Wellness Wednesday.